I think the greatest player is Michael Jordan.
You said anything about Michael Jordan bad and Michael Jordan like your ass didn't have a job then, right? That don't exist now. So there was no making a career off of Michael Jordan's slander.
Yeah.
That didn't exist.
Yeah.
When I look at LeBron, he's not what Michael was as a player. He's not even what Kobe Bryant was as a player.
Michael Jordan is what in the finals? 6 and what?
Oh.
And what is LeBron in the finals? That's all I gotta say.
Let's cut through the noise. Let's talk about the elephant in every NBA conversation. The debate that makes grown men argue like teenagers on Twitter. The question that divides households and ends friendships. Will LeBron James ever be the greatest of all time? The answer? It's complicated. And it's generational. And it's about something way deeper than championships or stats or even basketball itself. See, here's what nobody wants to admit. This isn't really about basketball anymore. This is about feelings. This is about nostalgia. This is about what made you smile when you were 13 years old. Gilbert Arenas broke it down perfectly on his podcast. And honestly, it's one of the most honest takes you'll hear about this debate.
It's all age groups, right? So anybody who's
He watched the game.
anybody who's probably 35 and under, right? You have new thinking.
Absolutely.
Right? You have new thinking. Before that, right? The 40s and 45, there's no thought process because the media we have today didn't exist then.
Think about that for a second. The way we consume basketball, the way we analyze it, the way we tear it apart on social media, none of that existed when Jordan was dominating. You couldn't build a career off Michael Jordan's slander. You literally would not have a job.
Yeah. Anything
Michael
about
Jordan.
Mike. Anything.
You said anything about Michael Jordan bad and Michael Jordan like your ass didn't have a job then, right? That don't exist now. So there was no making a career off of Michael Jordan's slander.
Yeah.
That didn't exist.
Yeah.
Skip Bayless has made an entire career out of criticizing LeBron James. Could you imagine someone doing that to Jordan in 1993? They would have been laughed out of the building. The network would have fired them before the first commercial break. But here's where it gets real. Here's where the debate stops being about points per game and starts being about something you can't quantify on a spreadsheet. When you heard Michael Jordan's name in 1997, it made you feel something.
When you heard Michael Jordan's name, it made you smile.
Facts.
That's what everybody's holding on to, how he made you feel.
Remember Jordans dropping? Remember nutrition break at 10 a.m.? Kids were literally ditching school to be first in line at Foot Locker. Not for LeBrons, for Jordans. That's the difference we're talking about. Arenas painted this picture.
Jordans came out, Tuesdays?
Yep.
New releases on Tuesday.
Mall open at what time?
10?
8 a.m.
Half your school left at nutrition, nigga.
I'm at the mall in line.
You remember nutrition, 10 o'clock?
You didn't even wear your Jordans if you bought them. You bought them to have them, to own a piece of that greatness. And if you dared to hoop in them, people looked at you like you committed a crime. Now, let's address the thing LeBron fans don't want to hear. The thing that makes this debate impossible to solve with statistics alone. Jalen Rose, who played against both guys, who knows what it's like to face that pressure, said something that LeBron supporters need to understand.
When you talk about trying to compare Michael's instinct, his ability to take over games, his ability to want to have that last shot.
And demoralize you.
Yes.
And scare the living hell out of you.
LeBron doesn't have that gene.
That gene, that killer instinct, that thing that made Jordan different from every other talented player in NBA history.
I see a little bit of it in Paul George. I see a little bit of it in Kawhi. These are guys, Westbrook. These are guys, you know, I saw a quote that Westbrook made other day that he was born with a certain gene.
Right.
Not too many kids have that gene.
And here's the kicker. LeBron is better than all those guys Rose mentioned. He's more skilled, more versatile, more accomplished. But he still doesn't have what Jordan had. That's not hate, that's just truth. Now, LeBron fans will point to longevity. They'll say, look how long he's been great, and they're not wrong. The man is defying every law of athletic aging we thought we knew. Year 19 in the league, still elite, still top 5, still putting up numbers that would make players 10 years younger jealous. One analyst pointed out,
LeBron's total production has exceeded 40 in 17 different seasons. Now here's Michael's total average points, assists, and rebounds for every season of his career. This is by far the greatest arguments in favor of LeBron in the GOAT debate.
but here's the question nobody wants to ask. Does longevity equal greatness, or does it just equal longevity? Michael Jordan burned brighter. He dominated harder. He terrorized defenses more completely. He won more perfectly. His flame might have burned for less time, but my God, did it burn hot.
Michael Jordan was excellent for 13 seasons in the NBA. His flame was violently bright, and it burned for quite some time. But what if there was a flame that burned about 95% as bright and lasted much, much longer? At a certain point, the radiance of even the brightest flame is outclassed by the flame that just won't quit.
That's LeBron, burning at 95% of Jordan's intensity, but doing it for twice as long. Does that make him greater or just more durable? Let's talk facts, real, actual statistical facts that make this debate so frustrating. LeBron has more career points, rebounds, assists, blocks, triple-doubles, higher field goal percentage. He's about to break Kareem's scoring record. He's going to have every longevity record in the book. But when you look at career averages, when you look at peak performance, Michael edges him out in almost everything. More points per game, better in 5 out of 6 advanced stats, more efficient, more valuable, better defender.
Michael Jordan exceeds LeBron in 5 of them. He's more efficient overall. He contributes to more wins. He contributes to more points. He's better on defense, and he is generally more valuable on the court than LeBron is.
And then there are the accolades. 6 championships to 4, 6 finals MVPs to 4, 5 MVPs to 4 and counting. Defensive Player of the Year, more all-defensive teams. Jordan accomplished all of this in just 15 seasons to LeBron's 20+. But context matters, right? LeBron fans will say, correctly, that LeBron's path was harder. He didn't have Phil Jackson. He didn't have Scottie Pippen in his prime. He spent his first 7 years in Cleveland with rosters that looked like pickup games at the local YMCA. He went up against the Warriors dynasty, arguably the most talented team ever assembled. He's had to play GM, trying to build rosters when he should have been focused on his game.
LeBron really got the short end of the deal many times throughout his career. He spent his first 7 seasons in the NBA playing for a team that could not have cared less about building a coherent team around him.
That's real. That matters. Jordan had it easier in some ways. Better organization, better teammates, better timing. But does that change the fundamental question of who was greater? Here's something that doesn't get talked about enough. LeBron came into the league wearing number 23. He was called the Chosen One. He never shied away from the Jordan comparisons. He embraced them.
What doesn't it make it fair when you come out of high school, you wear number 23, when you are considered the chosen one, when you never shy away from that, when you tell the world you chasing a ghost?
LeBron invited this comparison. He wanted to be measured against Jordan. And now that we're actually doing it, some people want to move the goalposts and say it's not fair to compare them. You can't have it both ways. Stephen A. Smith made a point that cuts to the core of this debate.
That what it took LeBron years to maturate to mentally and in your heart, Jordan came into the league with that. And that, to me, is what I have a problem with when people say something about LeBron. You might have matured to a point, but if Jordan came in the league with that mentality and that killer in him, and it took you a decade to develop it, to me, you out of the equation.
Jordan was Jordan from day one. The competitiveness, the killer instinct, the absolute refusal to lose. That was always there. LeBron had to learn how to be that guy. He had to go through the 2011 finals disaster. He had to hear the criticism. He had to develop that mentality over time. Does that matter? In the GOAT debate, it absolutely does. Gilbert Arenas presented the ultimate test, and it's one LeBron fans should pay attention to.
LeBron can be in the store.
And hey,
in
nobody,
the store.
they won't even ask for an autograph and that nigga got them shoes.
You can have LeBron in the store at the same time and those all patent leather cocaine, white joints drop. Niggas are gonna be like, damn, that is Bron, though.
Them bronze still in the store right now.
You're gonna be sitting there like, those is bronze.
No.
Bron's gonna be there? You're gonna be sitting there like,
No, for sure. I mean, that Jordan logo is just as big as the Apple logo.
That's brutal. That's harsh, but is it wrong? The Jordan brand isn't just more recognizable than LeBron's shoe line. It's one of the most recognizable logos on planet Earth, right there with Nike, right there with Apple. That's cultural impact that transcends basketball. So here we are, 20 years into LeBron's career. Countless words written and spoken about this question. Will LeBron ever be the GOAT? The answer depends on what you value. If you value longevity, sustained excellence over 2 decades, versatility, and cumulative achievement, LeBron has a case, a strong case. But if you value peak performance, killer instinct, perfect finals record, and that intangible factor that made the entire world stop and watch, Jordan is still the king.
I think the greatest player is Michael Jordan.
Even Shaq, who played with both legends of different eras, who has 4 rings himself, who understands greatness at the highest level, even he says Jordan. The real reason LeBron will never be the GOAT isn't about stats or rings or longevity. It's about that feeling, that undefinable, unquantifiable thing that Jordan gave us that no one else has matched. It's about how when Jordan had the ball with the game on the line, you knew he was taking that shot. You knew he was going to make it, and you knew the other team knew it too. LeBron is one of the greatest players to ever touch a basketball. Top 2 easily, maybe even 1B to Jordan's 1A. But the GOAT? That throne is taken. And no amount of longevity, no scoring record, no additional ring is going to change what Jordan meant to the game. Because at the end of the day, this debate isn't really about basketball. It's about who made you believe in magic when you were young. And for most people, that was number 23 in Chicago Red. The king is great, but his airiness is eternal.